Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. I was gonna do the whole thing as an ASMR video because I have gotten so many comments in the last 24 hours that are like, Peter, honestly, I love your voice, but why do you have to shout? Let me tell you why I have to shout. First of all, can we all say hello to Poopy? Poopy is on summer break, but she is getting ready to go back to boarding school. Not a regular boarding school out east where she can be with her fancy sisters. No, she's going to an emotional growth boarding school. Why? Because Poopy has gotten herself into a lot of trouble this summer. And if you watch my videos regularly, then you know what I'm talking about. Children. But anyway, I used to have Poopy in all of my videos, and I haven't had her in a while. So there's a whole storyline about Poopy. Do y'all remember? She would have help me, SOS signs, and everything hanging from her, and she just doesn't anymore. She's been sent away, okay? So anyway, first she was in detention, then she was in a treatment facility, now she's in an emotional growth boarding school. She'll be there till she's 18, then maybe I'm just getting her own apartment, and that's just the easiest of all of it. So anyway. So I am hard of hearing in my left ear, which I guess is why I shout. I don't realize that I shout, beast! But what I hate the most is like, okay, so I'll be in the car with my husband, and I'll be like, oh, for all of you that say, like, when's he gonna get to the business? I'm getting to it in a minute. So you can timestamp this thing like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? That's where he starts the story. So I'll be like in the car with my husband, and he'll be like, hey, do you wanna, and I'm like, what did you say? And he'll be like, do you wanna, and I'll be like, huh? And he'll be like, never mind. Oh, I hate that when people tell people that are hard of hearing, never mind. Baby, I can't hear you. If you want my answer, you shouldn't have said it to begin with. So tell me again, and I need to hear it a good 4 or 5 times. So anyway, I think that's why I probably shout. If I do and I scare y'all cats and dogs and things, I'm sorry. People always say to me, when you scream out, my cat jumps. Well, cats are aliens. I've said that a million times on here. So anyway, look, 2 minutes. It wasn't even 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's get right into the story. So what had happened was, oh my God, are y'all ready? So I was sitting in the parking lot of the Meijer last night. Now, do y'all go grocery shopping on a regular basis, or do you go like once a week? I go grocerying. Did I just make grocerying a word? I'm gonna make a shirt for my merch store. I don't have one yet, but when I do, it's gonna say, don't worry about me, I'm grocerying. I love it so much. Anyway, so I was sitting in the grocery store parking lot last night before I was going inside to get some stuff because I needed some things. And you always need things, right? There's always that one thing you forget and you're like, damn it, I gotta go back to the grocery store. So anyway, I was sitting in the parking lot and I was just going through like the Instagram stories, and I saw that Jeffree Star came up with these, like this whole Instagram story. Baby, it was like baby, just make a video. Don't nobody care about all those Instagram stories. It's too much. So anyway, and before y'all come for me, I'm very intrigued with Jeffree Star's life. I don't hate on him. I think he has a very interesting life, but we'll get to this in a second. So anyway, because people are always like, why are you hating on Jeffree Star? Baby, I don't hate on nobody, okay? So I am watching this unfold. He looked absolutely gorgeous, right? Absolutely. The pale hair, blonde hair. I love that pale blonde hair. It's so sexy. And he has a big tattoo. I don't know who that is on his neck. Is that Martha? She lived down the street with her moms. I don't know who that is, but anyway, gorgeous. So he's got all that going on, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, watching this. I had to rewind it because, rewind it on Instagram stories. I had to rewind it because I was like, so like thinking in my head, do you ever do that? Do you ever get like a thought and then this thought snowballs and then you're all of a sudden, you're like, oh, I should be an ad executive, right? So I was thinking to myself, you know, there's all of these major luxury brands, most of them that Jeffree loves, like Chanel, like Versace, right? And they use these huge celebrities to do these international campaigns. And I was like, it's interesting to me that Louis Vuitton does not do a campaign with Jeffree Star. Like they could even have like a tagline. It could be Jeffree like laid up in a chair with like Nathan sitting on his lap and like all these lovely women around him. And across it could say, we get better with age because we learn as we grow. Louis Vuitton, right? But I'll tell you in a second why they'll never do that. So anyway, so I was thinking that, I was like, that would be really like an interesting international campaign, but they won't, and I know why, okay? So anyway, I'm watching these Snapchat or these Instagram stories, and basically what happened was, you know, Kim Kardashian, now the queen of makeup, she was a reality star, she was a porno star. I love that word porno so much. But I would, in the 70s, been a porno star just to tell people, what they say, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a porno star. Oh, I would have lived. Okay, so anyway, she was a porno star, and then she was a reality star, and now she's the wife of a rapper, and then now she is, I guess, a makeup maven guru. What, girl? She owns some company. Anybody that wants to can come up with makeup these days. Just saying. So anyway, so she is like, comes out with this contour palette, okay? And she's doing swatches, showing it, right? On Snapchat. Well, she's pushing down so hard that I guess Jeffree Star tweeted out something that it looked like her swatches looked like chalk, okay, which I thought was kind of funny. So anyway, I thought, well, because just earlier that day, Harmony had sent me this new channel called Choco, the Macho Chihuahua. Oh my God, have you guys seen this thing? It's this Chihuahua, and he sits there, he talks about having turds out on the back patio and blaming it on a bear. But it's just this little Chihuahua with his mouth moving. It is so cute. It's like, she has 1,200 subscribers. I'm gonna link this channel below. Y'all need to go see it. It is the best thing out there on YouTube right now. I live for this shit. People are like, you watch drama channel? No, baby, I don't watch all that shit. I can't be bothered with all that. I just get up here and make my opinions, and then I go on and I watch talking Chihuahuas. That's what real YouTube is all about. So anyway, I was watching all this. Oh, and I was watching other people like on there too. Like Hannah Hart apparently has her own TV show now. Good girl. My Drunk Kitchen is what they should have called it. They called it Hannah Eats. See, that's where it's a sellout to me of these YouTubers, right? Now, if Hannah Hart did a show on Netflix called My Drunk Kitchen about this drunk girl that just comes home from going, baby, that would be funny, okay? But she's got a TV show called Hannah Eats. It's going to be something. No, ma'am, And they didn't even invite me. Tyler Oakley was there and everything, but they just act like I ain't nobody. I'm a famous YouTuber, damn it. You're gonna wanna know who I am one of these, trust me, okay? When they say it's called Peter Eats. Wouldn't that be the best? Just be one long 24-hour mukbang after another, just me eating and just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But anyway, I lost 11.6 pounds total in my diet, so don't come for me. So I'm watching all this, and he came out and he said that she looked like she was putting chalk on there and all kinds of stuff, and I have to admit, I watched it, and it did look like, I mean, she didn't know what she was doing, baby. Now, did you ever have that friend back in the day? Oh, because he says to her, she comes back and she says, thank you for being honest with me, okay? Because he said, I'm the most honest bitch baby out there, okay? He says that all the time. And he kind of is, I guess. Maybe it's too much. Maybe says some things he ought not to, okay? That's going to be the lesson here is maybe you need to think about what you're saying because you ought not say some things sometimes, you know what I mean? Because they sometimes come to bite you in the ass. So anyway, so he said to her, you know, like, he tweeted out in this, and then he says on his Instagram story, I'm stumbling over my words, that all these internet trolls, hi, all these internet trolls came out and they like spun this story and said, baby, why do you even need to say that? We know that now, okay? Baby, they're all up in my Twitter too, you know, Rita Receipt and Tina Taco Bell. I talked about them in my live stream the other night, right? I mean, they always have these most foolish names, okay? They got profile pictures that aren't real people, and then they're always causing, stirring drama, all that kind of stuff because they want to get famous off of nothing, baby. They're just like, they're consumed with this shit 24 hours a day. Now, 6 months ago when they were coming constantly for me, okay? I was like, oh no, ma'am, read a receipt, baby, I'm blocking you. I'm sorry, I don't want, if you're gonna involve me in all your drama and tag me in everything you do, I don't wanna see it anymore. Goodbye, read a receipt. I ain't seen her since. I don't know who she tweeting at now. I don't really care, okay? So why Jeffree sees all this kind of stuff, I just block. Baby, block. That's blocked for a reason, okay? So anyway, so I'm watching all this. Well, Kim Kardashian comes out and she says, basically, thank you, Jeffree, for telling me what to do because I didn't know how to do a swatch. And he even says in this video, this show reminded me of my friend Shell in high school because she had the same hairdo, you know, long on one side, kind of shaved on the other. And he goes, girl, you don't know how to do no swatch or something like that, right? I was living for it. It was funny, right? But let me tell you who Kim Kardashian is, okay? Y'all have that friend Misty in high school? Oh my God, Misty, okay? Now, Misty was a girl that if you saw her coming down the hallway, she looked okay from like 20 feet away. Like she had the big hairdo, you know, and the state claw hair, blonde, bleached blonde hair. Her roots were orange, bleached blonde, white hair, and that state fair claw, you know what I'm talking about? The one where you like blow dry it up and then hairspray. It was just a mess of trouble, baby. Mess of trouble, okay? But if you got real close, no, she had the baseline like this. Do you remember the baseline? People think that shit is 1980s. No, if you go into the Walmart, you'll see lots of baselines, okay? A lot of them. You can see them a mile away. And how you know is, it's all white right here, like my wall, and this is all yellow. That's not even good makeup, okay? So Misty back in high school, here's the problem with her. You cannot tell Misty she don't know shit about makeup. You'd be like, girl, I love you, but maybe tone down. What? I'm like basically a makeup artist. I'm gonna get a job over at Ayers. They're gonna hire me. I'm gonna work in the Clinique counter. And you're thinking to yourself, she's gonna be selling some Happy Clinique. They ain't gonna hire her for nothing else. She can't do nothing. No man even wants to take her out on a date because she got powder foundation all over their car and they've got black interior. That's the truth of the nature. Y'all remember her? Nobody wants to, even she'd be like, what are we doing on Friday night? And you're thinking, oh, bam, she's gonna get that powder foundation all over my car. No, ma'am, right? I'll meet you at the state fair, girl. We'll see you there. We'll, play some games and walk around and see cute boys together. Well, let me tell you what happens to old Misty, okay? Y'all graduate, she doesn't, she gets her GED and all that kind of stuff because she just, she decides to work at the Ayers counter, she's gonna be a makeup guru. So anyway, while she's working the makeup counter, this guy comes in there and he's buying makeup for his wife for Christmas and he just falls in love with old Misty, right? And he's about, I don't know, 75 at the time or something like that. His wife dies, it's horrible, it's tragic, and then he marries old Misty, and guess what? Misty's now living in some McMansion up in the middle of nowhere, okay? Having, something like $50 million, traveling the world, she's driving a Bentley, baby, her life is fine, and guess what? You ain't talked to Miss Misty in a long time, and she called her up and you go, hey girl, how you doing? She goes, I don't remember you. And you go, oh yes, baby, we were good Judas back in the day. Don't you remember you stained my car up all with that foundation? She's like, who are you? She don't want to remember you now because she has moved on, and guess what? She looks real fine now. You know why? She's got people doing her hair and doing her makeup, but that doesn't mean that she knows shit about makeup. And I don't think Kim Kardashian knows shit about makeup either. She just has people do it for her. Kim Kardashian. Kim Carnation. That should be her name. But I don't think she knows a whole lot about it either. No offense. I think she's got companies doing her makeup, and I think she's got people putting her makeup on her, like Marco or Mario or whoever his person is, and she's got hairstylists and all kinds of stuff. And I think she's gorgeous without the makeup too, okay? So this goes on, and all these people, all these internet trolls read a receipt, read a receipt. She goes crazy, and she's like, blah, 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 and Jeffree Star came for Kim Kardashian, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff, right? So Jeffree Star's like, no ma'am, and I'll tell you why Kim Kardashian's a boss-ass bitch. Kim Kardashian's a boss-ass bitch because she remains teachable and yada, 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 and she was open to me teaching her how to do swatches because she comes out and she says, thank you, Jeffree, for teaching me how to do swatches. Well, apparently they were hanging out at her house and they had a moment. He says that in his Instagram stories. Wouldn't you like to know what that moment was all about? Did she smoke the ganj, Kim Kardashian? I wonder, did she smoke the ganj? But anyway, so I wonder what that moment was about. And what was Nathan doing? Was he skateboarding in her driveway? But anyway, so I'm watching all this, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I think that's awesome. I think that is the ultimate lesson in life, is to remain teachable, okay? And to remain teachable and to say, and I think that does show that Kim is a boss-ass bitch. I'm gonna tell you why she's even more of a boss-ass bitch in a second, right? Now, I am not a huge lover of Kim Kardashian. If you had to ask me, really, do we live in a world where Kim Kardashian will be any of if somebody said in a classroom, okay, who is your role model? Would any of us say Kim Kardashian other than she knows how to build an empire off of porno and reality series? No, we wouldn't, okay? And that's not dissing her. But I will say this, we'd sit around many a party and say, who's your favorite Kardashian? Well, I'll tell you, mine are Chris and Kendall. Or no, Chris and Khloe. I love Khloe Kardashian all day long. If I could be a Kardashian, I'd be Khloe Kardashian like that, right? But the other one is Kendall. I love Kendall. I think she's classy, but she ain't a Kardashian, baby. She's a Jenner, and there's a whole difference. So anyway, but do we really look at these people as role models? Really, if we do, we need to maybe reevaluate our lives a little bit. So she comes out with all this stuff. Well, people, are you ready for this? So people come at her, and they go, her fans, Kim's fans, this was all had happened, right? Now, I had called my good Judy Dustin Daly this morning, and I said, hey, how you doing? He goes, all right, I got my video up and everything like that. And I said, girl, you did? He was like, I said, I was gonna make that same video. So I will link Dustin's video below, go check it out. That's what sucks about being a drama channel. Sometimes it's like those unboxings. Everybody does them on one day, and this is just the story of the day. So it's what everybody's gonna make a video about, so have at it. But anyway, I waited, to make the video, and the story has evolved, okay? So the story was, she comes out, she does this boogered contour swatch. She don't know what she's doing. She looks like Chaco the Macho Chihuahua. She don't know shit about doing a swatch. Okay, girl, it ain't that deep, okay? I could do a swatch. I did chapstick swatches left and right. I didn't know what I was doing, okay? So then she comes out with that. Then she basically says, oh, I love Jeffree. Thank you, Jeffree, so much for teaching me. You're the teacher of the world. And he basically says, well, I'm the real ass bitch and you're the best ass bitch of the world. And we're friends and we had our moment at your house. Don't you remember? Yes, girl. And 2 months from now, she's going to say, baby, I don't know who you are. What? Get off my list of my parties, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because Kim Kardashian West's fans came for her, okay? Because they said that she was supporting a racist. Now, if you don't know what you don't know is a lot, all of these videos of Jeffree Star making racist comments from 10, 15 years ago have surfaced in the last 6 months to a year, okay? And Jeffree has apologized for them via Twitter, and he has also recently, I think because a lot of people were talking about it, made a very long, unmonetized apology video about it, okay? Which I was impressed with the ownership he took in the video. That being said, okay? That being said, it shows that people will sometimes forgive you for what you did, but they will never forget what you did. And it's a statement about the world that you should be very careful about what leaves your mouth, okay? I suffer this all the time from people. People get very upset with me about things I say. So I try to really think, did something that you say, would you stand behind it? And today I can honestly say most of what I say, I would stand behind 100%, okay? But a lot of people don't think that way. And when you're younger, you say all kinds of shit that you shouldn't. That doesn't make it right. There are a lot of young people out there that aren't making ignorant statements about other people in the world. It's not excusable, okay? He tried to own his shit, but people are never gonna let him forget it. There are some people out there that will be mad at him forever, and I totally understand that. Now, what Kim Kardashian did was she came back at these fans and said, he apologized for it, leave him alone, let him get over it and move on, right? Well, girl, they came back for her again, and rightfully so, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because this time, no, it wasn't old Rita Receipt coming at her. It wasn't all these people on the internet. It wasn't drama channels like myself, a drama account elite per James Charles. It was her fans that love her. And what they were saying was, don't tell me how to feel. Okay? And see, that's something that we think we have a luxury of in the world, is that when you can tell somebody how they should feel about a certain situation. And I just had this happen to me recently where I really hurt somebody's feelings. And honestly, I feel horrible about it. I really, really do. Okay? But I can only own my part and move on. That's the best that I can do, you know? And at that point, people are going to accept it or they're not. But you can't tell somebody how to feel. You can't tell somebody how to act. And that's what Kim did. So she has now come back and she has apologized again. So basically, Kim girl, you get the YouTube gig, make 400 apology videos. That's what works, apparently, is when you make 100 apologies. You keep on coming back and apologizing and apologizing and apologizing and apologizing and apologizing to save face. I'm tired of it, okay? People need to start acting correctly. That's what needs to happen, okay? People need to start acting correctly and thinking through what they're doing and what their gig is. And that's what Kim should have done. And that's what Jeffree should have done, but we didn't, okay? And that's why Louis Vuitton will probably never sign him as an international campaign, because they don't want to chance the history of his past. And that's a sad thing, don't you think? And therefore, it's the drama story of the day. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.